So I wanted to jump on here specifically to let you guys know why you are feeling depressed as a day trader, and then as well as what I would tell myself starting off all over again, right? Because I think these are really two important things that people don't talk about. And it's just overall to give you guys some sense of motivation because there are actual people who make majority of their money off trading, and not just off their course, right? Like majority of these guys. So I one second wanted to give you guys some sense of a motivational video, and then as well as being able to tell you what the things that you guys can actively do to start bettering your overall quality of life, right? And the number one thing, right, is the reason why you feel like shit right now is because you have no sense of control over your life, right? I literally just made a TikTok video about this, and I was like, well, I should actually make a long form version of this because a lot of people are feeling this way, and they don't know why, right? They're feeling like shit every day. They feel like life is just repeating every single day. They feel like they're just blowing accounts every single day, and they don't have any sense of direction, and they're just lost, right? And I feel you guys. I was literally the same way for years of my life, right? I've been in this shit for now coming up on 7 years, or a little bit over 7 years, right? So I understand your guys' frustration. I understand the emotions you are feeling. I understand the psychological aspects you guys are feeling. I understand everything, guys, because I actually lived that life. I wasn't like these guys on YouTube who just talk shit every single day. And they're like, oh, well, look at this trade breakdown and this, look how I bought this car off of trading, and then giving no sense of value to you guys, you know? So I feel you guys. And look, the reason why you feel like shit right now is because of the fact that you have no sense of control over your life. Everything in your life is calculated by other people, right? How much you make, when you're allowed to do something, when you're not allowed to do something, you call off work, you do X, Y, and Z, and that's all controlled by someone else, right? And that, honest to God, was the one switch that what made my mental health go from zero ground level to exponential, right? And like I'm literally the happiest, and I enjoy every single day of my life now. And people say that. People say, "Well, I enjoy my life." Gee, intrinsically you don't enjoy your life, right? If we're being dead honest, right? Maybe some of you guys may have your dream job. I don't think dream and job go in the same sentence. But look, some people are weird and that's their forte. And if that's your forte, hey, that's cool for you. This video is not for you. This video is for the people that are actively going through their day-to-day life and are genuinely not happy, right? And I'm telling you here now, there's so much light at the end of the tunnel when you start making it as an entrepreneur and as a successful human being, right? I feel so happy. And the only reason why I feel so happy is because I'm not reliant on any other human being other than myself, specifically of when I want to do things and when I want to go about life, right? The problem is when you have no sense of control over your life, everyone tells you when to do something, when not to do something, how to feel, how to act, what to say, right? You can't even have your own freedom of speech. You actively cannot say what is honestly on your mind because majority of people are racist, right? Let's just be honest, right? Everyone's racist, right? And that's just the reality, right? I love being racist. I love playing stereotypes. It's funny, right? Not obviously harmful racism, but racist light jokes, right? You say any form of a joke now, you're done from your job, right? The nice part is I can't get canceled from the markets, right? I can be as racist as I want and still make money from the markets, right? And it's to the aspect where you have no sense of control, where you can't even control the words that come out of your mouth, right? And this is the importance that is of making money online, right? Why is it important to make money online? Because you have freedom in all realms of your life, which then equates to happiness, right? A lot of people talk about, oh, well, money doesn't buy happiness. Money does buy happiness. And it's not because of the direct dollars coming into your bank account. It's because of the freedom aspect in all realms of your life, right? The speech ability, right? The day-to-day action ability, right? Doing things that some people don't want you to do, you can do, vice versa, right? You have full control over your life. And this is the ultimate thing that allows freedom and then allows your mental health to go up. So what I'm telling you here is I promise you there is light at the end of the tunnel when you start becoming more successful. When you start becoming more successful and you start doing everything you need to do on a day-to-day basis, and you start seeing your dollar amount increase, and you start seeing your freedom increase in terms of the way that you speak, in terms of the way that you think, in terms of every realm of your life. It's honestly such a nice feeling. I don't think there's a nicer feeling on this planet, right? When I'm praying to God every day, when I'm eating whatever I want to eat, when I'm going wherever I want to go, when I'm saying whatever I want to whoever I want, that is the ultimate feeling. And to be honest with you guys, that is ultimately the best feeling, because I know if any one of my family members needs money right now, I can give it to them without me even batting an eye. My sister wants a couple $100, sure, I'll give it to her. My little brother wants this, right? I recently set this thing up with my little brother where he does my laundry, and I outsource my laundry to my little brother, and then I buy him things in return, and that's nice because he's too young to work a job or anything. And I'm buying him like a little music player, right? Like a little music player. So when he goes to the gym, because he's not old enough to get a phone yet, and he wants to listen to music, and it's like $70 or something, or $80, and it's like that won't affect my life whatsoever. And these are the things in which brings happiness. I also just gave like $100 to Afghanistan. That's where I'm from originally, to poor people in Afghanistan. Those little actions are in which allows me to have internal gratification, I should say. It's not directly the materialism, but it's what allows yourself and in your life the freedom capabilities that bring the happiness. So, altering this conversation specifically to what I would tell myself starting off is, first and foremost, I might sound like I'm repeating this very often, but there's reasoning behind why I'm repeating this, right? And the number one thing I would tell myself starting off is simply pay for information, right? And the reason why you pay for information is to accelerate the rate of return in which you can learn a skill that nets you money, right? Whether that be through me, whether that be through any other human being you guys can possibly find, pay for information and pay for their information. And the reason on why I say that is because of the fact that it will allow you to fast track success, and it'll save you a lot of mental baggage. As well as there's a thing, it's called compounding interest, right? Majority of the people that watch me here are relatively young, so you guys might not know what compounding interest is, right? If, for example, right, you become successful after in 8 years' time doing it by yourself, rather than, let's say, 1 year's time, right? That 7 years, that money that you are making in that 7 years can then be applied to investing with compound interest, and it will make your net worth 10 times the amount in which it would be if you were to just wait the 7 years and start making money after 7, 8 years. So it's also the physical aspect, right, with compounding interest. And most importantly, it's the mental aspect. 99% of you guys would not have the mindset to be able to bear years on end without making a dollar, right? It took me 4 years to make my first money trading, right, and get my first payout. It took me 4 years of my life. Now, if I paid for information at a young age, I was delusional though, right? If I paid for information at a young age, that would have probably been cut down in half, and my net worth would probably be 5 to 10x than it is right now in my current stage, which I still have a very good amount of money, not to glaze myself, but I have a good amount of money now. And what I'm saying here is my net worth would still be 5 to 10x the amount I currently have. And the reason why that is because compounding interest and investing, right? If I invest for a 7 year duration, I could probably get a 5 to 10x return. Very, very doable. Very, very realistic. The problem is the early stages, I just thought every guy was a course seller. And I thought none of these guys really spit real, true, intrinsic information, right? And it was true. And like, I didn't know who to look for. And I also did not resonate with any one of these people. I see these course sellers now, especially in the trading space, wearing skirts and like saying weird shit and doing weird shit and having weird actions. And all of that just rubs me the wrong way, because I'm a man of God at the end of the day. You know, like I don't like these people, and I don't want to associate myself or learn and digest information from these people. It's just like everything now has gotten to a point in terms of social media and all these places where it's just like, it's just disgusting. Like, I don't like being associated as a day trading course seller. At the end of the day, that's what I am. And I'm proud of who I am specifically because I know I'm actually adding on true value to my consumers, right? I know I have the ability to change people's lives. The problem is the majority of these guys just sell, sell, sell all day. And they don't really care about your progression, right? They don't really care about their consumers, right? And their customers, right? So I get you guys. And look, your solution to fast tracking success is paying for information. If you refuse to pay for information, it's going to take you a longer time, probably a 3 to 5x the amount of time. You can still stick with it though, and you can still be successful without paying for information. I'm telling you here now. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover specifically on what I would tell myself starting off. The second thing I want to cover is you need to build external discipline outside of your life. And honestly, you guys might feel that I'm just repeating these messages that I consistently talk about, but the amount of importance that truly comes from this and me speaking to you is so important, right? And when I talk about external discipline, I'm not saying go do cold showers every day and go do this and that and like, bro, all that shit's stupid. You don't need to cold shower. You don't need to eat steak and eggs on a fucking cutting board in order to be successful. That shit's all dumb, right? When I was dead broke and I was working at Best Buy, you guys want to know what my meal was? My meal every single day was two McDoubles, right, with Mac sauce on it, like Big Mac sauce on it. Remove the pickles, remove the ketchup, remove the mustard, add extra onions, right? $5.16 for two McDoubles. It was roughly like 900 calories, 50 grams of protein, right? And this is what I'm saying is like all of these things that are glorified, right, on social media platforms, you don't need to get rich. And what they actually end up doing is reversing you on track to getting rich, right? All these little TikTok trends with people doing X, Y, and Z, steak and eggs on a cutting board, this and that. It's all stupid, guys. When I say external discipline, I'm saying having complete control over when you tell yourself something in your mind, you do it under any circumstance and any under any circumstance that you feel, right? You might feel like shit that day. I felt like death this morning, right? I still woke up at a reasonable time. I still checked the Discord members. I still spoke to the Discord members. I still went to the gym every single day at the same time. I still traded. I still woke up. I still recorded a YouTube video. This will be my second YouTube video for the day. I promise you, no, not a single person is more consistent than me on YouTube. Actually, okay, not in the day trading space at least, right? No one posts 2 times a day. And if you look at the reason on why that is, it's very interesting. The reason why no one posts multiple times a day on YouTube is because they don't actually have enough value to give out, right? Because they didn't really live the life that they're claiming to live, right? Oh, the things that I went through in trading, you didn't go through shit, G, right? You immediately just started selling a course. You didn't really go through anything. And that's honest to God. I'm sorry, guys. You guys by now, by consuming my content, you guys know how much I hate these guys on the space, right? In the trading space specifically, it's because all of them are LARPs, right? What a LARP is basically someone who just completely lies about every aspect of their life, right? And I hate that because then it ruins my name and my reputation. Because if I tell someone, right, that I help people day trade, right, they immediately think, oh, scam. This guy's selling support and resistance or fucking bullshit indicator, right? So it kind of sucks. But what I'm telling you here now is have external discipline. And the second thing I want to cover with the most importance is have external discipline in every realm of your life. Now, the one thing, right, I want you guys to really focus on is the gym, right? Prioritizing every realm of your health, right? Doing cardio every day, right? Doing all of these things. And it feels like shit and you feel like shit doing it. But what you don't realize is when you build external discipline outside of your life, that then directly correlates into trading, right? And your ability to sit on your hands in order to wait for a good setup to appear, right? And this is the thing: is majority of people cannot have and find the discipline in order to do that. And I'll tell you why. It's because they have low testosterone levels for the majority of men who day trade, and then as well as they have no patience, no discipline. They have heightened anger, right? I see a lot of people get angry after losing a trade. Why? It's and what I like trading is what I like explaining is day trading is specifically like when you take a loss, right? Every business as a whole has marketing expenses, right? I used to run an agency, a marketing agency that had ad spend, right? And the biggest thing, right, is I would have to pay that ad spend in order to acquire new customers. So the way that I loved looking at trading and taking losses in trading is like trading is my ad spend, right? Trading directly is my ad spend, right? Taking a loss in trading is directly my ad spend. When I take a loss in trading, that's just the cost of playing the game, right? I know my strategy will net me a 70, 80, 90% win rate. So why do I feel this sense of, I need to take another trade. I need to big mac my money. And if we look at it at a deeper psychological level, the reason why you guys feel a certain way, right? And this is coming into number 3, the reason why you guys feel a certain way with trading as a whole is because of the fact that you are trying to rush the outcome and you are prioritizing the outcome and what the outcome can do for your day-to-day life into the charts, which then equivalates directly to you over trading, over leveraging, blowing your account, feeling like shit, feeling mentally down, all of these little emotions you feel on a day-to-day basis. And the reason on why you feel that way is because you associate trading with materialism, outside life, right? You say, Well, coming back into number three, by the way, number three is talking about specifically stop associating the outcome with materialism and what it can possibly do for you. Now, coming back to my point is the reason why, right, you cannot associate the outcome or the money aspect with direct correlation in your life is because of the fact, right, it has a direct correlation with how you trade, right? So, for example, you take a trade, right? Let's say you short, right? You're up 500 bucks, right? You're like, oh my god, if I just get $200 more, I can pay my rent this month with that money. And then you start thinking, well, oh, I could just get a payout and I can buy this thing that I've been wanting to buy. I can buy that monitor. I can buy that laptop. I can buy this. I can buy more accounts. This is it. This is it. I'm only $200 away. I'm only $200 away. Boom. You just fall flat on your fucking face. And this is where a majority of prop firms make the money off of you because they have the rules structured specifically for you to lose and you to feel a certain way. Oh, you need 5 minimum days to get a withdrawal. You need $200 every single day for 5 days in order to get a withdrawal. Those are all directly psychologically related. I guarantee you guys that prop firm companies have professional psychological doctors and psychologists on their team in order to figure out a way, how can we make the casino the best to its ability? How can we make 99% of people fail? And the reason why that is because prop firms are banking on the idea of you losing, right? So every single rule is structured in a way which allows them to win majority of the times because of the fact no one has self-control, right? So the moment you feel, right, and you start thinking, you really think, oh, I can buy that with that payout. Or if I pass this funded account, I can get a payout and then I can get this and I can do this for my mom and I can buy this. I can buy that new phone I was thinking about. The only person you are hurting in that case scenario is yourself. And that is the one thing you need to identify the most and what the most important thing is, right? You need to rewind and dewind yourself psychologically from associating your mindset to the outcome of trading because of the fact that that'll only allow you to break your trading rules, right? Guys, how many times I've been in the situation of $200, $300, $500 away from a payout, right? Couple $100. I just waited till tomorrow and slapped on my A plus entry, I would have gotten that payout. This was years ago, right? Now I don't make these stupid mistakes anymore. But years ago, when I got that couple $100 away, right? I was like, oh my God, I'm only $400 away from the payout. Oh my God. I would start hyperventilating inside like a little bitch, right? And what I'm telling you is you cannot have that in trading because the second that you have that is when you start making these stupid decisions in your day-to-day trading, right? Your trading every single day needs to be almost pitch perfect, right? And this is why this is one of the hardest skills to master because no one has self-control in order to do these things on a day-to-day basis, right? So you need to stop associating the outcome or the money aspect with things in your internal life. I was just working with one of my Discord members, older guy, right? And I was talking to him psychologically. He's an older guy. He's probably in his like 30s or 40s, right? And he was like, hey, bro, like, I'm having issues right now psychologically. And I was like, okay, well, let's take a deeper dive into your internal life, right? Let's take a deeper dive into psychologically how you're feeling, right? And I told him on a voice message, I said, majority of older guys in terms of older day traders in the age group of, let's say, 30 plus, 25 plus, feel like they need to accomplish it now. Like they feel like they're running out of time. And when you feel like you're running out of time, you get this sense of buildup, right? You get this sense of buildup psychologically and emotionally. And then that directly correlates into trading, right? You feel the sense of blowing accounts, right? And this might even be for some of my younger guys that watch this shit. You feel like you are running out of time because college is right around the corner and you want to tell your parents, hey, I want to drop out or I want to do this or I want to do that. If you trade with those thoughts in your mental psyche, you will ultimately blow your account and you will never be successful if you think about trading in that aspect. When you start putting a desired outcome on a timeline basis in trading, it has a direct correlation to how you trade, right? So if you think, oh, I want to accomplish this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, you only are setting yourself up for failure by doing so. I promise you guys here now. I promise you guys here now. The moment in which you learn and you adopt the fact of just not giving a fuck, right? I got to the point of so many blown accounts where I was like, I literally just said to myself, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I honestly, I just don't care about the outcome anymore. I don't care if I make money or lose money. And honest to God, that's literally one of the largest characteristics I've seen with unprofitable and profitable traders, right? The one difference between the two is how long can you bear the losses and the wins to the point of just not caring anymore. I've gotten to a point in my trading journey where $4,000 a day, $5,000 a day. The only thing that makes me really happy is maybe like a $10,000 a day, right? And even then, it doesn't even make me that happy, right? It's like as long as I know I'm doing everything that I should be doing on a day-to-day basis, that is when I get happy. And it's hard for you guys to do that now and appreciate that now while you're broke and have no money. But I'm telling you, when you start focusing on the habits that lead you down that path, is in which you start becoming the best possible version of yourself, right? You need to be grateful of what God is putting in front of you, right? And gratitude ultimately leads to the best version of yourself, right? So start practicing gratification, right? Being grateful, right? Go buy a grandma groceries at your local grocery mart, right? Go do something for someone less fortunate than you in a shittier position, and it will make you grateful so fucking fast. For all my towel heads, all the Arabs, all right, if you guys are currently going through some shit, and you have, let's say, like more than like $500 to your name, go to the grocery store, go look for an old lady or an old grandpa, right? And just see if like you can pay for their meal, or a homeless person. Practice those habits, because those are the moments in which you see how grateful you are and how good your life is. Guys, there's people in these countries, right? I'm not going to name the countries because this video will probably get taken down, but is PAL, right? Is PAL, right? Those countries specifically, everything's going to shit, right? Imagine your life and you living there. Like, why are you not grateful to God that, like, bro, your limbs can be actively getting blown and torn, and you can watch your family get murdered in front of your own eyes? Have gratification how good your life is. People don't realize how good their lives are in living in a first world country. Like, bro, you could be an African child in fucking Somalia or Niger or any of these countries, right? And not have enough money to pay for the medication that a mosquito just came and bit you and gave you malaria or some shit, but you can't even afford the medication, and then you end up dying. Or imagine you being a parent watching your kid die because you can't afford $3 US for some medication. You guys don't realize how good your lives are, and you need to zoom out, right? Enjoy the process, right? Because the process is what allows you to become the best version of yourself, first off, and the second thing, the process is what makes this entire journey valuable, right? I like telling people this. A Lamborghini is valuable because no one has it. It has a scarcity to it, right? The same thing with abs, right? If you have a six pack, you have a sense of value to your body physically because no one has a six pack. Everyone's fat. You chose the hard decision, and you will reap the benefits of that hard decision. The problem is it's hard for you to see that now while you are currently failing. But I promise you, my friend, if you just practice gratification and you apply yourself with everything that I said on this video, success is yours, and it's yours very fast. But that's going to be it for this lecture. I love you guys. I want to see you guys truly succeed. I want to see you guys become the best possible versions of yourselves. I hope to see you guys in my Discord. My members will actively continuously win. I'm really excited to see their progression. I love you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you made it to the end of this video, say at Salman Nasiri, gratification. Gratification. At Salman Nasiri, gratification, or at Salman Nasiri, I am grateful. And that will be the first step of you practicing gratification. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next YouTube video. I'm traveling to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow night. So I'm going to get some good content, like day in the life vlogging content, because I know that's the shit that gets eaten up by you guys. So I'll go ahead and record that shit. But I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.